All right, we're gonna have to update our ad right there because we're moving to Tuesdays, and I haven't pumped that out there, but it's gonna be good. Next Tuesday is gonna be great. We're moving to Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. and you are with Brothers on the Block, presented by Victory Baptist Church. It's a show where you can laugh, talk sports, get in a couple of digs here and there, and I'm bringing with me the brothers from the block. I'm bringing Jermaine Nation, all the way from the Greek Grove. I'm in downtown. He opened up buildings and closing buildings. If you got a warrant or a ticket, you need to holler because he can work it out for you. Get your mind right and get that ticket off your back. Then I got AJ Banks. He's securing the land. He in that great land of Irving, Texas. You know they kick out the Cowboys, but they still kicking. And then I got with me Jason Maryland. He's the father of King Griffey, soon to be the greatest baseball player of all time. Little Caleb, he didn't hit a homer yesterday on the baseball diamond. So, you know, brother got to have an agent and a spiritual advisor. But I'll just joke with you. I got Jason Maryland all the way from that heartland, Texas, coming through. So we're going to jump into it. As you can see, my brother from another mother, AJ, already got his hat on. We're gonna reflect. We're gonna reflect. I'll let AJ go first so we can get that on out. How did you feel about the tournament?
It was a good tournament. All the way through. Think we got to the end. We seen the best of the best. Sucks that Gonzaga took all the media hype and everything from the whole tournament. Even though there were, I could probably name like 3 or 4 teams inside of that tournament that I thought was better than Gonzaga. UCLA should have beat them. Man, I just enjoyed the whole tournament, man. And just coming down to the end and watching my pick win it all, which I said they were underrated all year. So, man, it was good. It was good.
You did say that. You did say that, AJ. And I wanted to make sure I think as the brothers on the block, we got to acknowledge fresh cuts. So we know Jason got ain't nothing like coming out the barbershop. You smell different. It's not something that's gonna last though. Like I want to always ask my barber, who is short, check out Superior Cuts on the corner of Pennsylvania and Malcolm X. I'll let your boy over there. But I always want to ask him what products he put in my head so I can continue that throughout the week. But I'm too embarrassed to ask because I'm like, that's for your haircuts. That's not for you to maintain that. But we see Jason got that fresh cut. So AJ said, hey, he's happy. I know he's real happy because Baylor did win. I wonder if it was different if Gonzaga lost where he said something different. But they whooped him like a suburb AAU team coming to the hood to come play. And the hood said, no.
I say it was that defense. Everybody was just talking about Gonzaga offense, how nobody else could stop them. But the thing is, I mean, they really didn't go up against a defense that was tested, but UCLA. And I mean, that took a lot out of them. That could have been, the quick turnaround could have been tough for them. But I mean, like I said, what I seen was just a team that was totally outplayed, like you say. Like Charles Barkley said, a team that had Jim and Joe's. So it's just seeing these guys just come together and most of them, like you say, black brothers, just come together and play together with that coach of just joy and that faith and everything that's over there. Man, it was nice. It was destiny.
Well, and I'm going to throw it to Jason. I felt like Baylor exercised with the football team because they were quick. They beat them up. They looked bigger. I mean, they just dominated the Jokers from start to finish. And I watched the Gonzaga game with UCLA, and UCLA did push them. I mean, we might go into another overtime on that night if the guy doesn't hit the last shot. We're going to another overtime. Hit the last shot. It was great. I also want to make sure we throw in the women's tournament. I mean, to lose by 1 point, that was a great tournament too. And I asked my wife, I said, would you rather get blown out like Gonzaga did? Baby got beat up all game or lose by 1 point? and that was something else. Like
Yeah,
is one or the other. But let's get fresh cut. The Ric Flair of the team
Uh,
in.
who was the I want to say the point guard on Baylor? I don't know the number. Was it number
uh,
22 or
number 12, Jerry Butler, or it's rotated out with Jerry Butler and Macy OT.
one of them had a crazy hesitation move? Man, he was getting
Yeah.
cats off the dribble all night.
Yeah. Oh, that's Mitch.
And I mean, every time I look up, he like second quarter or second half when it was trying to slow up the pace a little bit, bleed the clock out just a little bit. Every time it got down about 10 seconds, it's like, man, they top of the key again with the ball. They not about to get no shot off. They about to let him back in the game. When man come down, oh, freeze him. Next thing you know, here we go, layup. And I'm like, I mean, uncontested layup. But a running joke since my homeboy Anna's watching the show. We had a running joke in our little homie chat. It was like it's kind of hard to beat a athletic team full of brothers. When all positions, every position had athletic, skill set and prowess at it. I mean, the defense like kicked in to where they was locking everybody down. I mean, minus that one light-skinned, smooth three-point shooting brother from Gonzaga who couldn't seem to miss. Anytime he touched the ball, I mean, it was all net from I don't care where he threw it up at. But once they started locking him down, like Baylor was, I mean, the bench rotation. It's like, well, who was that coming in? It don't matter. He locking them down too. It don't matter. He's still creating his own shot. I wasn't expecting to see that type of performance. Just based on what Gonzaga was doing, prior to coming to that particular matchup. So I kind of felt it was going to be way closer than that. But Baylor came out the gate and let you know they wasn't playing with them boys, man. you had Gonzaga on the sideline taking vitamins, getting massages, and tons of electrolytes. And I'm not fabricating it. That's all fact.
Oh yeah, it was all
right.
They zoomed in. My man was like,
right.
What is this? It's gonna make me play better. But yeah, hats off, man. I don't have too much else to say about it. Just hats off. It was a heck of a performance. It was great to watch, and I wish I could have been at AJ's house popping bottles with him last night.
Do we feel like what we saw with Baylor that the preview with Houston let us know they coming in storming? Because Houston was no joke either. And they did what they did to Gonzaga, they did to Houston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And was it Gonzaga's the one that had the scare, right? Prior to coming into yeah. I mean, that was more so of, the red flag. I mean, kind of like the ears went up a bit watching how that game came down to the wire. And it's like, man, like they've been putting away folks, just as Baylor had. And to see that game, and that was overtime too, right? Just make sure I'm correct with the stat.
Well, with UCLA?
Yeah,
that was overtime. And I'm going to double overtime.
Overtime.
He doesn't hit that shot, that's a double overtime.
Yep. So, and then watching that, I'm like, okay, all right, they exposed. Finally, they exposed. And if Baylor's watching that game, I know they're gonna have the game plan for what UCLA was doing with them, and it looked like they came out the gate doing that.
Could Michigan, and I'll come to your man, could Michigan have beat Baylor?
If the big men were in sync and not like that last game they had, they could have definitely put up a great fight. They definitely could have put up a great fight. I don't know who would have won that one, but the big men on Michigan, if they could have controlled the tempo, then it would have been a good matchup. So Michigan had size over Baylor.
Yeah, my thing is just that they just flew under the radar. I mean, I think that 3-week COVID pause and then turning back around and pausing for another 2 weeks and just missing all those games. I mean, you're looking at a team that could have potentially went undefeated. They 2 games were coming. Those 2 games they lost was coming right after COVID pauses. So it was like it's not like we're rolling, then all of a sudden we run into Kansas and you lose. I mean, they was coming, was just had a layoff, and they ran into Kansas and lost, and then In the tournament, you got Oklahoma State with the, you know, future number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, that went off and beat them. So, man, I mean, that's a team that would have been hard for anybody to beat Baylor this year. I mean, that's just being honest. With that defense they played, and man, it would have been tough for anybody to beat.
A team full of athletic brothers. It's hard to beat.
So, Jermaine, tell me your thoughts, and please, hey, everybody, put in your comments. We're going to share it. We're going to respond to it. Please also, you see our show, share, like, comment, put it all up in there. Come on, what's up, Jermaine? This is J.R. Ewing of the show. Come on.
Like everybody said, I mean, I think Baylor played a great game. It sucks because I was going for Gonzaga, and it's just like I felt like that would have been like the topping, the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? Because they had an undefeated season. You know, but I mean, hats off to Baylor. I mean, they played a great game. I mean, when I first clicked on the TV or whatever, it was like 23-5. I was like, oh wait,
right.
Like watching the am I watching the championship game? You know, but then Jason said it was funny, like when old boy was like popping pills on the sideline or whatever and was getting massages and stuff. I was like, wow, they are beat up. But yeah, hats off to Baylor. They played a great game. I don't know if they had like a lot of, upperclassmen like juniors and seniors going to the league. If not, I mean, I don't see why they can't do it again next year.
Because Baylor never looked tired.
Right.
I mean, Gonzaga, first half, they grabbing shorts.
They was sweating out their jerseys.
They were like, what is it? It reminded me, back in the day when we were kids, of Arkansas running and gunning, or U of A, like it was movement, like the defense movement. And what I'm saying, Gonzaga looked so tired. And I know a lot of people want to talk about the UCLA game. I'm like, I don't know about that. Because you got a day of rest, and yes, they had an overtime game. But I'm saying how Baylor was moving. I mean, they were in the lanes. They were moving. And they never looked tired. Right. The entire game, the rotation, everybody coming in, everybody was fresh.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, I can't even, like, I'm bad with the numbers and the names of players, and that's where AJ helped me out at. But my man on Baylor, who just, I mean, he was cleaning up the glass.
Mark Vita.
Yes, yeah, I think that's my man who was he was sitting on the floor at the end of the game, crying or whatever. Not, yeah. I mean, I don't care what shot they missed. I mean, and we're talking, 3-pointers, layups, whatever. The ball just seemed to fall in his hands.
Yeah, but he wiping the glass, man.
I'm like, Gonzaga, like at some point, these guys was actually stopping watching, my man go get the ball because, they get ready to go jump forward and he already went by and got it. Like it was almost like they was just as enamored as we was watching the show, but like you in the game playing, like defend that, cut that out and stop it. And then number 45 got to work with the ball handling. I mean, they attacked him, and like Gonzaga got as close as 9 points. I think that was it.
Yeah,
that's as close as they got.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you said at the beginning it was 0-0. So,
but yeah,
then it took off 9-0, and then then go back from there.
That was it.
And when I say this comment, I'm not to mention the Baylor team. To me, on the Baylor team, I didn't see somebody who I'm like, oh, that's an NBA prospect. That's that NBA prospect. I think they got prospects, but not somebody who I'm saying, oh, they got Carmelo. That's why they're winning. To me, this was a team that love one another, play with one another. They move with one another. It was some great team ball that I saw last night. On Gonzaga, I can say, okay, they got this dude here. They got this dude here. Okay. I'm telling you, what I saw with Baylor, it looked like it was some interchangeable just movement of just great basketball team.
And that's hats off to the coaching. I mean, a lot of people haven't followed, Coach Drew's resume. I mean, but Coach Drew is a heck of a coach. I mean, that's a guy that can coach. And, I mean, it's been evident over the last 5 or 6 years. Like he said in his interview this morning, when people was like, we didn't know Baylor was this good. Well, if you look back at it, like he said, over the last 5 years, 4 of those seasons, Baylor was literally ranked number 1. But a lot of people don't realize that because they're not, you're not watching Baylor, which was the same thing this year. A lot of people not watching them, like, whatever, and they just fly under the radar. In the last 5 years, that's what they have done.
You say, AJ, people don't respect Texas basketball. I mean, when you think about Texas, you think about football. And the truth is, only 2 Texas teams now have won a national championship. One was now called UTEP. The other one is Baylor.
Yeah.
You know, all other Texas teams at some point have fallen. You might have some great people that can ball out of Texas, but they don't play for Texas teams. Right. Especially now, I know Waco, where we doing fixer upper.
I mean, UTEP was a problem back then, man.
So I'm just saying. I mean,
look at the starting lineups of both of those teams in Texas that did make it. I mean, that speaks for itself as well.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Right. So I just think that says a lot. I hope next year we see Michigan. Like I said, I wanted to see. You know, we want to see Juwan Howard pull it through. What Michigan does got to stop. I can't do this anymore. Y'all got to pull it together and try to win. Y'all need to get some more people. Y'all need to look at what Baylor did, because that was dominant. That was crazy dominant. So let me ask. We don't get into the details. I had the brothers. This is a brothers show, but I said this is still a show sponsored by the church. So Paul Pierce has gotten fired, dismissed, let go, told do not come back to ESPN after a Instagram live showcase of ladies dancing with Harley, with, let's say, bikinis. They were dancing and twerking, and he looked like he might be intoxicated or high. He put all that on his Instagram live. People commented. Even his co-worker got commented in there. The question I want to ask to the brothers, he got let go. Is it fair that he got fired when he was doing something on his own private time?
Yeah. I go back to, the old saying, like when I was growing up, is that, when you leave this house, you represent God, you represent, your parents, things of that nature. So my thing is that, like, you work for ESPN, like, regardless. I mean, now I'm not condoning, whatever he did, on Instagram or whatever. But my thing is that you, like, why did you have to put it on social media? Like, you work for ESPN. You don't work for, like, you're not making sandwiches like that. You're not working at Walmart. You work at ESPN. And so you have to carry yourself, in that way, always. My thing is that if you choose to do that, why put it on social media? Like, I mean, you really have to think about that before you, do stuff like that.
Oh, come on, Jason, with the hesitation.
So it's a slippery slope when it comes to the answer for this. Should he have been mindful of his job, his place of employment? Yes. I mean, there's not too many jobs out there. That's just like slandering my job. If I jump on this stream or jump on Facebook or IG and get to mouthing off about my job and what I don't like about it, this grounds for dismissal because it's in the fine print. So I'm pretty sure, there's something in the fine print, such as him being a representation of ESPN when he's not there. In 2021, the only flag that I raise on that is there's other things way worse that are also showing on ESPN or playing on ESPN. If we go back to your favorite 2 female rap artists with that 3-letter acronym song that came out a couple months back, and it was just actually performing on national TV here on the award show about a month ago for everybody to see. Now, what was going on that particular stage was way more than what was going on in the background of Paul Pierce's video. But at the same time, again, I understand representation, and you had some people probably complaining about it, and yeah, it's in the fine print. So instead of us getting in hot water and trying to defend you, we gonna jump to that fine print and just go ahead and part ways, so we ain't got to worry about the nonsense. But I think it's over. I think it's overkill, man.
I can't even put that up.
Yeah. But see, 351 viewers and magnitude was way bigger than way bigger than 351 viewers. So like somebody don't like you, Paul.
Ant come with his A game today. No, so this is what I was saying. I'm coming to AJ. The Grammys is on CBS. That's owned by Viacom, Paramount, all those folks. ESPN is owned by Disney.
Yep.
You know, that's definitely two different brands.
Yeah.
Because it's owned by Disney. And as I go to AJ, when I go to his Twitter, it also seems like he don't care.
Yeah.
But I still I think that's a little bit of pride. Like, whatever, I'm good. And I'm like, bruh. It just, I guess in my view, I mean, you can have, I'm not condoning, once again, we say all that to say, because we don't want, we have jobs too. So we're not condoning. What I'm saying, if you're doing all that, why put it on the Instagram? Or as someone told me, there's a Instagram button that you can just put just for your friends.
Yeah, I mean, the content didn't look. The content wasn't like, to me, it wasn't distasteful. At least what I saw, it wasn't distasteful. It wasn't.
I think for Disney, him smoking weed, got the women in the back. You know, we live in a different situation now with how we, the NCAA got in a whole lot of hot trouble about how they did the young ladies. And I'm not saying like I'm not saying that because I'm trying to keep my job tomorrow too. I ain't trying to be Paul Pierce out here. But I can stop right. And I'm like, I got to choose all my words right. What happened to him? He literally is showing off the ladies, right, and telling somebody, Monica, you come in here and get some money too. So I think for Disney and that brand, they're like, And he already had messed up a couple other stuff. I mean, let's be also honest. Paul Pierce wasn't that good of an analyst. But we can't tell that true.
That's facts. That's 100% factual. But he's a basketball player first, right? Basketball player. He's not a journalist. He's not an analyst. He's not a reporter. It's none of that. Right. So he made the transition to become an analyst. As a player, no one cared as a player. He be on the floor tonight, you know what I'm saying, putting up a double-double. No problem. No one has anything to say. He may get fined. He may get talked to.
He might get fined. Look at KD. We ain't got that part of our deal today, but look at KD. He in the DMs.
You know, may get fined just because of this day and age we in, you know, and but as an analyst, I mean, that's not his go-to. That's not his forte. This is something he's doing, you know what I'm saying, to continue to be attached to the game that he loves. So the mindset, that business mindset of, all right, I'm in a whole different, you know, I'm being viewed in a whole different light now. I need to be more mindful of what's being seen, you know, by the public. Yeah, that didn't cross his mind. You know, hey, as a player, I did this. You know, nothing, you know, really happened. I'll take whatever fine they're gonna give me, or I got to take a show off. No problem. He wasn't thinking. I know he wasn't thinking that.
No.
He's gonna get fired because I mean, it wasn't like he was belligerent, using a ton of vulgarity. I mean, he was chill. There was in a relaxed setting. I mean, you know, folks getting their personal masseuses in the shots.
Right. I was like, oh, we getting haircuts. Anyway, AJ, come on.
I mean, it just I think it goes back to, like you say. I mean, the parent company who actually owns ESPN, and then another thing is that when I was looking at it and just reading like just the different articles, when I was coming in, they were saying that he had already been in some other kind of trouble, so he was already on the downslope with the company, and I think he may have knew that. Because I mean, just when you're watching the video, it looks at somebody that looks comfortable. He looks like he just at that moment I felt like he just didn't care. And then just from that video, the tweet he posted out of it, and he was like, yeah, oh well, you know, bigger and better things coming. So it's like, I mean, I think he knew what was coming, and so that's why I was like, I can't understand why he would do it unless, I mean, like you had other stuff playing, like he said in the video after that, and like you was getting ready to leave ESPN or something. But I mean, for someone of his stature, I mean, it had to have been something to say, well, I know this is gonna get me gone. I know I'm in, I've been called into the office before. I know I'm in a bad position, and I just don't care no more. So I mean, just from everything that I gathered from it, I mean, that's the perception I took from it. It's just he just didn't care.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I look at Kendrick Perkins. When I tell you, Kendrick Perkins to me kills the game. Like I
Mm-hmm.
like to see he's on Get Up. He does the different shows. He's
Yeah.
funny. They get him on the radio. Da 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 da. Kendrick kills it. You get Jalen. Jalen kind of gives more. I feel like he gives more analysis more than being funny. But when you get Paul has said something like that's stupid. That's what you want to say. That's stupid, dog. Like,
because he's not the smartest. He's not the smartest guy.
Him and Charles Barkley.
Oh,
Charles. Hold on. Now, see,
Charles stays working, and Charles would never put that on.
Hey, look.
Charles and Shaq is good stuff.
Championship Chuck got his own lane, and he's staying in his lane.
But did y'all hear some of his analysis over the weekend? It was like, Chuck, what?
But that's what the people want. Chuck is always that guy to do that. But everybody likes Chuck, right? I don't think everybody at a certain point, I think people getting tired of Paul. And to have his co-host mention she ain't got nothing to do with this situation, and I think that was like, look, it's gonna be all the way over when you come here on Monday. That's Saturday. You ain't gonna get no Easter break, no, bro.
Chuck come a long way from throwing a guy through a window at a bar, man.
Right. And like you said, that's also a different time, right? It's a different time because he throwing folks. I'm not a role model. He's all that stuff. But now Charles is lovable. All this other stuff. Even though he gets a little funky attitude, but I also think he's paired great with Kenny and Ernie and Shaq. I think that's just a great pairing. For Chuck.
They keep him in check.
Yeah, and I mean they say what they got to say, and I think Shaq to me, I'm sure he got his stuff out there. Shaq ain't doing that because he got too many businesses to be messing up. He's on Papa John's board. He's doing all this other stuff. Shaq makes more money outside of hosting with these professional companies than he ever did probably making basketball money. And LeBron probably be the same way, right? So, I in one sense I feel sorry for Paul, but I like, dog, that was stupid.
Yeah.
I always feel like it's stupid. Why you videotaping stuff? Have that as a memory and move on with yourself.
Yeah, like I said, and it just seemed intentional. It just seemed like, he wanted to get it. Just seemed intentional.
And maybe he got a buyout.
Yeah. And
he did that. They just buy him out so he can walk on. Because I don't think he's going to be on Fox. Because that's where everybody, when you leave ESPN and you go to Fox, I don't think that's happening. I think that was a wrap.
Yeah, I think he's
where he going, but he say big and better coming up.
I know, but I'm like, what? He ain't gonna be nobody commercial. But anyway, because he ain't Kevin Garnett either. Now Kevin Garnett is a grimy dude. Cheerios, he that kind of dude. But for some reason, folks like Kevin Garnett, and so it is what it is.
Gritty and raw.
He gritty and raw. As Carmelo, he say stuff where he like, you get Carmelo at your bus, what a fight.
He ain't gonna do a podcast.
Oh no! And the sad thing, so he's gonna be our competition. That's not the good look, bro. You were on ESPN. We trying to come up. You coming down. That's not good look, bro.
That ain't bigger and better, brother.
Right. The truth will set you free. Now the real truth got you fired. But anyway,
yeah, that's what I want to know. What's the truth?
Right. That's your favorite player. Oh, we didn't know that. That's your favorite, Paul Pierce?
No, sir.
Okay, that was your wife that said. I'm sorry, sir.
No, sir, that's not my favorite player.
Okay, I thought you were better than that. Okay.
I ain't never been over no Boston, no Paul. First of all, man, look, when you get beat up, KG. When you get beat up, KG's her favorite player.
Okay.
Well, when you get beat up by Benzino and Made Man and stabbed, that's Paul Pierce. You know, that right there was already a bad start to the career. Good thing he got on that Boston run, man. But I mean, Paul Pierce belongs on the floor. He don't belong in no analyst booth to me.
And I don't know if he belongs coaching, so that's probably a wrap. So let's get to our last topic, man. So Easter, I think, was a great weekend. I appreciate Victory Baptist Church and all that. We had 2 services for the first time. I know all the people who were with me. We still tired to today. God bless you for doing what you did. But Easter night, one of Jermaine's things came on. Because I know Jermaine was there popping. Because I seen Jermaine's Facebook reactions and stuff. I wish he had a Twitter. So we had, as my mother-in-law called, the Bear Cruise. The Bear Cruise came on the verses, but my mother-in-law called the Bear Cruise. And she got me calling it the Bear Cruise coming on. So the verses came on, the Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Ozzy Brothers and Steve Harvey. Because it was 20 songs each and 20 stories about how he rode the bicycle to the girl's house. Lord, Steve. And this and us, our generation, like, I'm like, what's wrong? What's on your cigar? Yeah, Steve was wilding. But my question to you, it got a lot of good reaction. I know, Jason, you watched Ghostface Killer versus Raekwon. Okay, good. I know I jacked that name up. I did. Okay, sorry. But the Ashanti, where I looked at the stats, Ashanti versus Keisha Cole was actually the highest rating, which is crazy to me because they barely could get the thing. When I looked at the ratings, the viewers, it is the highest rated or one of the highest rated, broke records. I guess people wanted to, it's like a traffic accident. They surf for a whole hour. They're trying to see if Keisha Cole gonna wild out. That's probably what it was.
Yep. It was some hype behind that one.
It was a hype, right? Who should be on the next verses if you had Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Ozzy Brothers? And we do see that we got Method Man versus Weird Man, which I'm like, okay, I'm watching that. Because we right. I feel you. But are we talking about on the classic level of Ozzy Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire? Who can hit to that next level to give you that? And I'm going to throw mine out. I'm saying Boys and Men versus Jodeci. I'll let y'all marinate. Come on. Y'all tell me y'all wouldn't want to see Boys and Men versus Jodeci?
You know, this is also a topic that was in my little homies group here recently. And it's like, well, I'd like to see Maxwell out there, but it's like, how many songs has he got, right? And I forget who else Aunt, you still watching, man. Who else did we mention, you know, that could hold a stick out there? Because it really come down to song content now, you know, and actual hits to be able to sustain an hour. I know that there's going to be a remake. I mean, there's going to be a rematch between, oh my God, who was that, man?
I feel you on that.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying I feel you on that, but you know, some of these, do we need it to be that long? Like Earth, Wind, Fire, that was like they had an intermission
because they old.
Yeah,
but it was a lot of hits. But it had a lot of hits too. I think if somebody got a solid 10 hits, maybe that's the entry level. You have to have a solid 10 hits.
Yeah, most definitely. You got to have at least 10. And
or you too wild, or you gonna be, you know, you Gucci Man versus let's say.
I mean,
Jeezy.
People. Well, that one didn't go. That one went okay, but Gucci Man actually went over the top on that one. That's a whole different conversation. But he actually said some stuff he wasn't supposed to be saying. That
right, he did. You're right. But
it could have jumped off on camera.
It did. But I'm saying that's the other kind of thing that, like, Keisha Cole. I don't think Keisha Cole got 10 hits.
She do.
10 solid, like you saying, bangers. I'm not talking about album cuts.
Yep.
Like, if Drew Hill's on there, we ain't playing April Showers.
They both had 10 cuts that have been either either features or them by themselves. That like Keisha's hits are all in the same like lane. Like they're all those. I've been hurt, you know. I'm building myself back up. Like all her big hits were like those type of songs. So it's kind of hard to jump out and say and name 5 because all 5 of those kind of sound alike. It's kind of the same path. Where we go? Usher. I do see Usher versus Bruno.
Yeah, that was my pick. Usher versus Bruno too.
Now I seen Usher versus Chris Brown as well, but then somebody was saying that they two different eras, which they are. But it come down to his. That's just like I want to see Busta against somebody, but don't nobody got a catalog to go up against Busta.
Well, I mean, at one point I think he called T.I. out, and
T.I. ain't want to smoke.
T.I. versus Busta.
Guess who? Busta?
Yeah, T.I. said he ain't want it. T.I. said he ain't want to smoke.
Busta got hits. Busta can Busta even make?
Busta would be on for 3 hours, bro.
I know, but nobody understood what he was saying.
Busta has hits.
What hits? I mean, I don't know because I'm not a Busta fan. I mean, I never.
Well, I
never
would say
listened to dude besides the one time he was on the Jack Fox show.
Well, this is what I would say. If you have a feature with Janet Jackson, you got somewhere you didn't come up because Janet Jackson ain't just doing music with anybody. So that's why I would say he got hits. I mean, I can go from the scenario, and I mean, now you're gonna have a comment screaming. But I'm just saying, Busta.
I don't like Busta.
No, not that you don't like him. He actually, I'm going back. You have sold records. You have airplay. I'm not even going on if I like you or not. It's about you sold records, and Busta Rhymes sold records.
I mean, I don't know because I wasn't never a fan of the dude because maybe there was like a hit and miss for me. Like he just wasn't one of my dudes.
I think Busta versus Missy would be nice. I don't know. I
mean that's the same era. I mean, and but then Missy could pull away because Missy's got the ghostwriting award too. So I mean, she got way more records she could play. But of course, we talking about just songs that she's actually on. Then I mean, yeah, but they both go neck and neck with that. I mean, they both got 3 decades worth of hits.
And that should be an easy call for Timbaland.
Definitely. Yeah.
I would say Jay-Z versus Drake. Like I think that would like break like whatever record is out there. Like it would just be awesome.
It would.
So you feel like Drake is the Jay-Z of his era?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. I see that. I don't see. I would hope they would invite friends. Like for Drake, I mean Drake got some great guest features. I hope that'll be a little bigger. And Jay-Z does too. Huh?
Drake got hits but no substance. You can't put him up with Jay like that.
If you a hater today.
I think you would be able to do that. I mean, Drake is, Hot 100. He has like, the first and second song on Hot 100 and it's been on there, what I'm saying, for weeks. That's it.
Busta Rhymes has 20 songs currently still charting in the Hot 100. And song number 2, which peaked, his highest charting song is a song he had with I want to say their name. It's the Cat Dolls. I don't want to say the Cat Dolls. I don't want to say.
Okay, we'll say that. Okay, good.
When did he drop these hits? I mean, what was this?
It's gonna be in the 90s. In early 2000s.
Yeah, we go from as early as 97 all the way up to 2016.
I said before 97, right? Because he's on the Biggie victory. Remember that?
Well, I'm only speaking of the Hot 100. I mean, he's got more that's in the charts, but Hot 100.
On Scenario was not top with
Scenario's not in the Hot 100, but so you got I Know What You Want, Touch It, Woo Ha. You got the victory song with Biggie. Yeah. Turn It Up, What's It Gonna Be with Janet Jackson, Break Your Neck, Pastor Cavassier with Diddy, Make It Clap, Dangerous, What It Is, It's a Party, I Love My Light Your Behind on Fire, A-Rap Money, Calm Down, We Made It, Drummer Boy. I mean, and that's like I said, that's just the Hot 100.
You gotta go listen to those because the only one I know is the one with Diddy, Pascal Cavassier. The rest of them, never heard of them. Don't even know what they sound like.
But I wouldn't put T.I. is not in the same category with those folks. I would
actually better.
So everybody got their perspective, opinion.
The reason why T.I. name came up is because T.I. has an equal amount of songs in the catalog. Right. But when it comes to songs that had, charted and went dumb quadruple platinum, right. Busta got more major hits. He sold more records, basically. It's just like Drake. There's nobody you want to put against Drake. That's why Drake name ain't really been coming up, because who else out there right now you gonna match up with Drake to where it's not lopsided?
That's because you have to put somebody out that makes number hits. That's why I say it's the difference. Like, you can't put a substance rapper like Jay-Z with somebody like Drake. That's two different levels.
But Jay-Z even comments by himself that sometimes he's not a substance rapper. He just
even if he's not out. But even if he's not out constantly trying to hit the top plays on the radio. Want to put all the hits. Drake comes out just thinking about hits. Like, all he want to do is be number one on the radio charts. He ain't dropping nothing that you can just.
Early Jay-Z was about the hits. The Jay-Z you got now, he a daddy now, and he married. He a little different than Jay-Z. I mean, he might put little lines and stuff, but he was about them hits. I mean, his first venture with Beyonce is about a hit. Ain't about no substance. It's about making a hit. You know what I'm saying? That Jay-Z, that 1998. I mean, you knock out them albums. Yeah, you got Song Cry, but I mean, really, girls, come on. That ain't no substance. That about making a hit.
Right, but majority of his songs were. Even if you go back and look at the blueprint, and if you go back and listen to it, I mean, he had some radio jams on there. But if I go back and look at Drake, like, everything is just like strictly for the radio. Like, to me, it's a difference.
Well, I think music. When you say that music hasn't changed, people really don't buy albums. They buying these singles. They iTuning it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put no whole album together anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see a Drake versus Jay-Z. I mean, back in the day, I would like to see Drake versus Kanye. I think they got similar.
If anything, see Jay-Z versus Kendrick Lamar or somebody.
Kendrick Lamar, though, to me, do Jay-Z. He do more substance. I'd rather see J. Cole and Kendrick.
Right, that's what.
But ain't nobody trying to watch all that.
That would be nice too. J. Cole and Kendrick, J. Cole and Jay-Z, Kendrick and Jay-Z. I mean, to me, those are the type of guys that I would put together. I mean, I just couldn't put. Not Hotline Bling, man. Up there with Jay-Z.
If Jay and Kanye could reconcile some differences, they could do a versus.
Right.
I'd like to see that, because they both have, enough smashes, in the catalog to be able to, get that out the way and possibly do, brothers in Paris at the end and just say that they done squashed the beef. But
ain't gonna happen.
But that's like putting Kanye out there. There's nobody in that particular realm or that era outside of Jay and maybe one other artist, but nobody wants to see Nas really jump out there, just because he's got the conscious lyrics, he got classics, but it's conscious rap. So there's only so much conscious rap I'm gonna tune into before I'm turning it off.
Right.
It ain't the party jam. It ain't that's my, before you know it, he talking about, justice and fighting the power, and and you sitting here. Come on now, it's his third song in a row, man. I get it, man. You know, but not clowning him. He's got a catalog. But yeah, it's matching up the artists. And that's, I mean, shucks. That's another discussion for another show. Like, who are we matching up with these folks? Like, who can hold a stick to Drake? Who can hold a stick to Jay-Z? Who can hold a stick to, you know, some of these R&B groups that still left? Like the Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isleys. That's about as high as heavyweights as you can get, you know, from songs in the catalog. Like, and they did 20 apiece. 20 apiece, and you had to have a DJ in between to give them some rest. You know, kind of spinning off the, you know, all the times those songs were sampled, but
they're probably taking the vitamins too.
Yeah, most definitely.
They get massages, you know, like Lord.
But it's like there is no, to me, there as far as living artists, there's nothing above that. So that's the peak there, and then kind of everything kind of like you know, everything's under that umbrella now. Like the Isley, Earth, Wind, and Fire is that plateau because they had more than 20 songs apiece to go ahead and throw out there. They could have sat there for another 2 hours, you know, running down the catalog. But you mentioned Boys and Men and Jodeci. I mean, yeah, I mean, heck, yeah. You got Drew Hill, you got Jagged Edge, you got all them groups in that same time frame that was having. Well, who?
See, now New Edition. Let me say, New Edition could be just them. Because they could be the verses of. Would you not want to see Bobby Brown versus Johnny Gill? Bobby Brown versus Ralph Tresvant. You got all the other brothers. Come on, and then air your stuff out. That you gonna watch that. You gonna be like, oh man, these are the best, and they need the money.
Yeah,
you might as well just you might as well just have Babyface come out and sing them all for everybody. Since he wrote them all.
Name 2 hits Ralph Tresvant got more than Bobby Brown.
Because that's why I said to get Ralph in there, you got to have everybody in there. Because Ralph got his little 2 hits.
Mr. Sensitivity.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because the bad thing, I think Johnny Gill had. I'm not saying it charted as high, but I'm saying I think he has more hits than all of them because he's still out there trying to make more albums, and he ain't never dipped into doing all that other stuff. He just kind of stayed making his music.
His new song's actually pretty good.
It really is. And then I think for Bobby got some bangers, and we know DeVoe got some bangers. And y'all, I mean, come on, we would love to see all them on the verses, and I know they need the money, so it's cool. Because everybody who getting on these verses, they cool. They not giving this money to charity. They getting a little money, and they good. That's another reason why Jay-Z and Drake is hard, because they good. Yeah. They still making good money. So you're not gonna get P. Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. You know, good money. But I think
that's a good person to go against Jay-Z.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh, P. Diddy? That'll be interesting because they have collab too. Huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, you ain't feeling that one?
Which one? I guess it'd be a good one.
People would tune in because you know why? Because Jay-Z he has great music, but Jay-Z does not entertain you just because he's like interviewing. I mean, that's why you have Steve Harvey out there because Ron ain't talking. You know, he cool. Everybody cool and they old. So that's why we got Steve out here talking too much. But when I'm saying P. Diddy, he gonna entertain you.
Yeah, he gonna be all over the place. Take that.
Yeah. Right. He gonna bring his son out there. His son, come on, King Combs. He gonna be out there dancing. I'm like, he gonna be right, and it's already sponsored. He gonna entertain you like he did Making the Bean. You might even see Mace come through there.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, just with some of the songs he gonna go through. Yeah, I mean, he definitely could fill up that time slot with those hits. I mean, most of his songs are with features. So, it'd definitely be a show for Diddy.
I mean, he should do a whole thing. Mayor J, he can bring Jodeci out there. He got the whole catalog. You talking about somebody got a catalog? P Diddy got a catalog.
It's like Mary J. It's like, well, who's going against Mary?
I would put Jasmine Sullivan just because both of them got them hurt songs. Not that Jasmine's on Mary's level, but you talking about, I mean, Jasmine's song, you be like, damn, I'm sad.
Jasmine can sing better than Mary J.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's not the question, though. The question is being able to put up 20 hits. I mean, 20 the catalog. Like that's where it get tricky, man. Like not everybody could okay, let's so like D'Angelo, right? How many songs D'Angelo running through before it's like, hey bro, what song is this?
See, that's why it was D'Angelo and Friends. The Friends helped fill the hour.
Right.
And which is good to see D'Angelo looking good, you know.
Music Soul Child, I like to see out there.
Mitchell says, Mary J and Tony. Please, y'all, kick in before we had to close out. But Mary J versus Tony. Mary, I think, got a better catalog than Tony, but
she do.
But it'd be nice with Tony.
And with Birdman sitting in the back.
Because I'll say, can Mary J. Blige bring KC? The Birdman there, can't you?
That'd be out of place, man.
Yeah. But they did a video like maybe 10 years ago. Because KC he tried. He's got his little independent albums out there. He's trying.
He's trying to keep. Yeah, he's trying.
He's trying. That's what I'm trying to put Boys Men and Jodeci together. I think that'd be a good Mother's Day versus. That'd be a good Mother's Day. Y'all know y'all mama. You want to hear that. Now y'all want to hear that. See, they didn't get me on the verses. I kill that. No catalog. It's out there. but I really have enjoyed the verses from Kirk Franklin to Fred Hammond. They've given us a lot of great, things to talk about. That gets you down memory lane and all that good stuff. So I just would like to, see a couple good ones keep going. And I hope they keep this going because I feel like it brings music to people who forgot about some people. Like a lot of people don't know how much Earth, Wind and Fire and the Isaac Brothers are sampled.
Crazy amount.
It's so crazy. Like they literally people owe their careers to these people.
Yep.
At least a house payment. I forgot Queen P, A Party Not a Party. I'm like, oh, that was a Earth, Wind and Fire song. Oh man. So I'm just saying that. So okay, well, my brothers, clearly, nobody gonna touch Jay-Z, and AJ's mine. So we got that. We know we got that locked in. We know that maybe KG is Jason's favorite player.
The wife's favorite player.
The wife favorite player.
Oh, Pierce his favorite player.
Sean Kemp is my favorite player.
Okay.
And Sean Kemp, Lord, that's a whole nother hour. Just Sean Kemp.
Yeah.
And 19 kids.
Where are they now?
Right. We should do a where they're now.
Why does everybody want to make it not about basketball?
Because he got 19 kids. He got 19 kids.
An unstoppable force on the court.
And other places too. So anyway, you let that open. I feel like you did that on purpose to me.
Yeah.
You knew I was gonna do that. And so he's dangerous. But anyway, Sean Kemp, 19 kids. Oh, wow. But he was dunking. I appreciate y'all, brothers. We're gonna wrap the show up. Hey, if y'all are in the Dallas, the DFW, we would like to invite you to come through 11 o'clock. We're at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Same address as White House. We're in Dallas, Texas. We'd love to have you. We're about an hour, get you in and out. You have fun, you laugh, have a good time with your family. And then we have shows like this during the week where we just talk, laugh, and discuss. We will have a legal clinic. If you missed the last one, Mitch will tell you missed the last one. And you go and view that one. It's giving you some great advice from Brother Sanford. We're going to have another one talking about your wills and estates. We got to start getting our paperwork together because you never know when your time shall end. I'm not wishing that on nobody, but I'm just saying you got to really get your house in order. And that's just what wealthy people do. We need to start acting like we have wealth, that we want to have wealth. I'm trying to be like Jason one day. He is our Ric Flair. I mean, he traveled everywhere. I mean, he got an entourage and everything. You know, y'all ain't never seen these people. He didn't turn the light off on me. So, but I just say we got to start doing wealthy things that we're going to try to be wealthy. And so I just want y'all to tune into that. That'll be on the Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month. So tune into that, and we'll have a great host again as Sister Kelly's going to host us out. I appreciate y'all. Brothers, let's salute them out. And we'll see y'all next week. We're going to get ready for the draft. Things are happening. And y'all keep DMX in your prayers. Still in grave condition. A brother who had a lot of struggles, but something that I always remember his prayers. And that's some of us, we struggle with our life and he has a family, he has children. And so I just hope he has another chance to get it together. All right, so we're just going to keep him in prayer because he's in grave condition as we speak. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Have a great week. Appreciate these brothers as always. Y'all take care. And this is Brothers from the Block presented by Victory Baptist Church.